In this video, we're going to be discussing things that you need to know about MNL48 sports single Ikaw Ang Melody, as well as the other versions made by other AKB48 sister groups, so you better stick around. How is it, everybody? Welcome to Jesse Juice TV. In this video, we're going to be discussing things that you need to know about MNL48 sports single Ikaw Ang Melody, as well as the other versions made by other AKB48 sister groups. And if you have been a fan of MNL48 for a long time now, or if you have been following AKB48 for a very long time now, then this video might be too basic for you. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. AKB48 song Kimiwa Melody is the song that marks the 10th year anniversary of the group, and it was also the last single that features founding members Sae Miyazawa and Minami Takahashi. Kimiwa Melody is the 22nd number 1 act from AKB48, and the only other two acts in history that has 22 number ones are Madonna and Elvis Presley. The song features soothing melody with a mix of pop elements, and it sounds relaxing. In the video, AKB48 were dressed in beautiful and vibrant outfits as they were sleeping until the song begins. The song is about nostalgia. It's about looking back to the past, maybe with regrets for not being able to say I love you to someone, and there is an old song that always reminds you of that person. Kimiwa Melody is the 43rd single of AKB48, and it was released on March 9 of 2016, and it already sold 1,133,179 copies on the release day, and it tops the weekly sales of the previous single called Kuchubiru Be My Baby. Kimiwa Melody is the 30th single of AKB48 to reach the first place in the Oricon singles charts and the 24th single to sell over a million copies in a week. As a part of the 10th year anniversary of the group, it brought back some of their most popular graduated members like Maeda Atsuko, who graduated in 2012, Yuko Oshima, who graduated in 2014, Mariko Shinoda, who graduated in 2013, and Itano Tomomi, who graduated in 2013. For the fans who are new to the AKB48 idol system, graduation means leaving the group to pursue life after their idol career. Meaning to say that aside from being a farewell song to Miyazawa and Takamina, it was also a reunion for Maeda Atsuko, Yuko Oshima, Itano Tomomi, and Mariko Shinoda. And being both a farewell and a reunion song, Kimiwa Melody is indeed perfect for a nostalgia song. Kimiwa Melody also marks as the first time for Sakura Miyawaki, also known by the fans as Sakura-tan, to be chosen as a center of a song. Sakura Miyawaki is a first-generation member of an AKB48 sister group in Japan, HKT48, which stands for Hakata 48. And she later on became a member of a Japanese-South Korean idol group, IZ*ONE, after finishing second in the survival reality show Produce 48 in 2008. According to Sakura, she had never been picked as center until then, and she felt pressured knowing that two of AKB48's most popular members, Maeda Atsuko and Yuko Oshima, are coming back at least for that song, but still she chose to approach it in an attitude of enjoying it. If in AKB48, Kimiwa Melody marks as the 10th year anniversary of the group, for the Indonesian sister group on the other hand, JKT48, this is the last single of the general manager at that time, Melody Nuramdani Laksani. Melody announced her graduation at the JKT48 Request Hour setlist Best 30 2017, and being Melody's last single, Melody was chosen to be the center of the song, and the remaining JKT48 first generation members became Senbatsu also at the request of Melody. And on the Dirimu Melody music video, just as the AKB48 version that incorporates traditional Japanese culture, Dirimu Melody music video incorporates Indonesian culture with the Japanese idol music genre. During a press conference at the JKT48 Theater in December 14 of 2017, JKT48 member Melody stated that they chose to mix Japanese culture with the Indonesian culture in the music video. In the Dirimu Melody music video, the uniform or seifuku worn by JKT48 was a combination of kebaya and batik cloth but still looks like an idol uniform worn by JKT48. Melody said she hopes that the younger generation could contribute in the advancing of the traditional culture, and given the concept of the music video, it was achieved in this single. But instead of choosing West Java or Jakarta as the location for the music video, they preferred to make the music video in Yogyakarta. It was filmed in an old Joglo house, and a Joglo house is a traditional house of the Javanese. In the music video, we can see many elements of Indonesian culture such as the wayang, which is a traditional shadow puppet theater in Indonesia. We can also see a traditional game called Kontekst. A Kontekst is a traditional game using beads or shells, which is same to the Philippines' own songka. And there is also a part wherein JKT48 members were painting batik on cloth, and it is painted using a janting or canting, which is a spouted tool made of copper that functions like a dip pen. And what serves as its ink is a melted wax made of either beeswax or fine resin to draw the pattern on the fabric. The Thailand sister group of AKB48, which is the BNK48 that stands for Bangkok 48, announced on August 18, 2018 their upcoming fourth single and also its Senbatsu members. The announcement was made during the debut of the second generation, and when they announced the Senbatsu members, BNK48 did something new for the first time. For their upcoming single, instead of having 16 Senbatsu members, for the first time for the fourth single, they will have 21 Senbatsu members, and the center position will be taken by Noe. Noe was again chosen to be the center after the Shonichi single positioned as double center with BNK48 music. BNK48's Kimiwa Melody was released on September 28 of 2018, and it was the first single to feature the second generation. For the BNK48 Kimiwa Melody music video, if in AKB48 they wore Japanese kimonos, and in JKT48 they used batik and kebaya, for BNK48 they used the theme Sayam Lolita. Lolita is a fashion subculture from Japan that tries to capture the innocence of youth and nostalgia from the 19th century or Victorian era, and Siam on the other hand is the former name of Thailand. But for the designer of BNK48, they took the inspiration from the fashion during the reign of King Chulalongkorn Rama V, because in that era there was a change in the fashion among aristocratic women and ordinary people after being influenced by Victorian fashion from the Western culture. And to be able to create a contemporary look, they reduced the tie patterns, and the pattern is laid out for recognition with a more pop culture that is more appropriate to the image of the band. According to the Kimiwa Melody BNK48 center Noe, before the Senbatsu was announced, they were told repeatedly to highly concentrate and practice on their singing. And for Noe, it felt like it might be a warning telling her that she might not be selected because she is not that good in singing. Noe said she was very surprised to be the center of Kimiwa Melody because prior to the announcement, she already had the impression that she might not be selected. And when she was already announced as center, she felt the pressure that if the trend didn't do well, then she would be blamed for that. Ikaw Ang Melody is the fourth single of MNL48, and it was the first release after the second general election. The Senbatsu or selected frontline members for the single was determined by the MNL48 second general elections, and the center for the single was MNL48 Ali from Team N4. And it was Ali's first time to be a Senbatsu member and much more be a center of a single. According to Ali, she couldn't contain her excitement and happiness for being part of the Senbatsu, and also she is overwhelmed for being the center of the second general election. And to help her out, former center MNL48 Sheki gives her full support to Ali and hopes their fans would love their fourth single. Ikaw Ang Melody was also the first time for MNL48 members Kyla, Thea, and Rowie to become Senbatsu members. When MNL48 was making the fourth single, she felt very excited because from there they could tell that they are already in the next chapter of MNL48. And Sheki was happy to be the center of the past singles, and then it's her time to support the girls, especially the second year center Ali. Sheki said she was very happy for Ali for it was her time to shine and she is willing to help and share what she knows. The MNL48 second general elections was held in April 27 of 2019, and it was held at Vertis 10th, Vertis North, Quezon City. ranks in general elections are determined by the number of votes they get from the fans, and voting tickets were included inside the CDs of the previous singles, and voting codes were casted through the MNL48 mobile app. Being a new member of MNL48 and made it all the way to Kami 7 or Top 7, MNL48 Jamie said that she was nervous and thrilled for being part of the fourth single. Jamie also mentioned that Kimiwa Melody of AKB48 is her favorite song even before she becomes an official MNL48 member, and being part of the senbatsu of the fourth single, that made Jamie even more excited, and with the help of her senpais or seniors, the first generation member, Jamie was able to catch up. Meanwhile, according to the director of the music video, there have been many unforeseen circumstances that happened during the creation of the music video. That is why they started shooting behind their schedule. But according to director Pee Gonzalez, it is easy directing for an MNL48 music video because when they called the MNL48 girls on set, they were completely rehearsed and they already knew what they were doing and they were very professional. The previous Kimiwa Melody music video showcases each group's cultural heritage by wearing their traditional clothing. Kimono for AKB48, Batik and Kabaya for JKT48, Sayam Lolita for BNK48, so the same goes for MNL48 by wearing Filipiniana terno dress. At the beginning of the music video, they were all lying down the floor referencing from AKB48. More than the terno, there were other cultural Filipino elements seen on the music video like the girls eating street foods such as kikiam, fishball, siomai, and kwek-kwek. MNL48 fourth single Ikaw Ang Melody was released in July 26 of 2019, and it also includes coupling songs like Gingham Check, which was performed by the MNL48 Undergirls or girls from ranks 17 to 32, which was also determined from the MNL48 second general elections, and the third track So Long, which is also performed by the Senbatsu. Alright friends, that's what I have for you guys in this video about MNL48's fourth single Ikaw Ang Melody, as we took a look back the previous versions made by other AKB48 sister groups. Regarding what we have talked about in this video, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're a new fan, a veteran fan, or just a casual observer of MNL48, let me know what you think of the song and of the music video. And if you would like to see future contents just like this one, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you stayed till the end of this video, I appreciate that, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, friends.